The next community question I have here is, are there situations that you've been involved in with insurance or agents, not insurance agents, I'm sorry, but with small business owners that have they've gotten in their own way about protecting their assets properly, and they hampered themselves?
Yes. The challenge of being a small business owner is, in many cases, you wear every hat: human resources, maintenance, business, accountant, and insurance professional. So what I coach clients to do is leave the niche and the professional work to the professional. So I have an accountant.
Right.
She handles all of my accounting, and I trust her to do that. When it comes to insurance, I recommend that you get educated as a small business owner, because the impact can be, if you're not properly insured as a business owner and you're not keeping your records, a loss could catapult into your business, and then it can morph into your personal household and assets. So if you're not properly managing and keeping your funds separate, a claim or litigation could start at your business and work its way into your personal household. So we focus on education.
Okay.
Whether that's a presentation, I've done presentations, I teach classes, I do one-on-ones. So whatever the client needs, whatever questions you may have, educating yourself is the most important thing that you can do. Do that before there's a need. And as I always joke with my clients, insurance quotes are free. Questions are free. Consults are free. Insurance and financial reviews are free. We don't plan to fail. Sometimes we just fail to plan. So planning, part of your planning should be looking at your insurance portfolio.
Fantastic. Yep, that sounds good. And so, as I always stress with clients, it's that I think that business continuity planning that might be a little bit high level for a lot of people, small business owners, especially ones not from a corporate background. But I just drop that on them, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Really, it's basically insurance. What happens? How do you keep your business going if something major happens and your brick and mortar is no longer around, or we have a pandemic? What is the plan to keep the business going?" And so insurance is the foundation of that. And so definitely educating them on that is great. So I appreciate you sharing that, because we want to try to help some of our clients get out their own way sometimes, because they unfortunately will do so by trying to do too much. Hey, I'm going to be in my account. I'm going to be an accountant. I'm going to be my own insurance agent. Okay. Let's go. We'll see. But that's great, man. So definitely appreciate you doing that. Hey, and then the last community question I have for you is that the question is here: what's been your proudest moment as an insurance agent in helping other business owners or people in the community?
My proudest moment, there are many of them, is mentoring and educating. I've educated prospects that were looking to break into the insurance industry. I've spent hours. I think my most memorable one was 4 hours. I spent coaching and educating this young man, and he's a bank vice president today. And whenever I see him, he just says, "Man, Charles, you spent so much time with me, and based upon your sharing, I determined that wasn't a good fit for me."
Okay.
But another success story is I hosted a couple of agent interns in my agency, and one in particular was being offered an opportunity. One opportunity was a raw new, basically starting from scratch insurance agency. The second one was being given an assignment of clients. So I quickly did an Excel spreadsheet, did a 5-year projection on the financials, kind of showed him how we got paid as agents and how we grow the business with renewals. I'm a visual learner, so I gave him the visual, and he's in his 7th year now. So whenever I see him, we kind of laugh, and he says, "Man, you saved my life, educating me on making a smart choice." And I said, "No, I just paid it forward because I'm standing on the backs of giants who did the same for me on my startup, and I'm eternally grateful." So I'm just really paying it forward. So that's my my proudest moment.
That's fantastic. Well, hey, man, that speaks to you as an individual, and being focused on the community, not only the community of entrepreneurs that you service, who are your clients, but trying to position the next crop of entrepreneurs coming up to be in a position to be successful. As I always encourage entrepreneurs to make sure that they definitely have a mentor or talk to somebody before they get started to learn a lot more about the opportunity of whatever industry they're going into. And to have somebody like you with your experience, your background, and the time willing to share, I'm sure it was definitely a win for that person. And the fact that they're in business and knowing the industry that you're in and what you do, being up and running for 7 years, is definitely an accomplishment. And so I definitely can see you really taking a lot of pride in seeing that individual be successful based on the part of the conversation that you had. So, hey, man, that's a great story to share with us. So I definitely appreciate that. All right, Charles. Well, hey, we've been going at this thing, man, for almost 25 to 30 minutes. So we're going to be getting close to wrapping up. But before we do that, I want to give you an opportunity to provide us any words of wisdom that you have for entrepreneurs in our community, or just anybody considering being an entrepreneur who plans to watch this session.
Oh, absolutely. And I could talk all day on this, but I'll keep it brief. The joke that you and I and others that were in our circle would talk about is this is not for the faint of heart. So the first thing that I typically tell people that I'm talking with is that you need to have some strong faith and a strong prayer life and own your power, because there's a lot of ebbs and flows and ups and downs and some tough financial times depending on what cycle you're in your business. So that's the first piece. And again, secondly, it's about helping as many people as you can on your journey, because success is not, for me, about money and about my own personal accomplishments. It's about enriching the lives of others, my employees, their families, my customers, helping other business owners, and I get a blessing from that. A positive mental attitude is like paramount. Self-motivated with a drive to succeed is also important. Failing forward. Failure is a necessary step on the road to success. So failing forward helps you propel. And thinking big, I struggle with that sometimes, but thinking big is a growth mindset, and I really stress that. When you start your business, where do you see yourself at the end of your business? And then work it in reverse. School is never out. So I'm a big proponent. I know you are as well, Roderick. You got your MBA a couple of years ago. Being a lifelong learner and increasing your knowledge and expertise in your field is paramount. I just got my mortgage license, and I'm working now doing Quicken Loans. So I had to take my own medicine. And my adult kids said, "Dad, good job. You preach it all the time, and it's good to see you doing it." Sharpening the saw. The pandemic was never in our playbook or business plan, but having the ability to leverage technology and to pivot and to still be successful during the pandemic, working with customers virtually, working with them online, has been a huge learning opportunity. financial planning and business acumen. I can't say enough about learning QuickBooks and automating your systems and having vendors for payroll, having a good accountant and or bookkeeper, and then more importantly and finally, having a succession plan and a plan for your retirement starting on day one. So those are my golden nuggets of wisdom, if I could use that term.
Man, that's a lot of good information, man. Those are all coaching sessions, each individual one of them, man, and probably 2 or 3 depending on who I'm talking to, right? So that's good stuff, man. So I appreciate you doing all those things out there. We're gonna have a lot to talk about down the road in reference to that, man. But what definitely jumps out to me, man, is that part about thinking about your retirement. You know, once you get started, which is that thinking, the end in mind. I heard you say some of those 7 habits items throughout there, but definitely thinking with the end in mind, where you really want this to be. And so foundationally, a lot of times I see that you have to make sure you know why you're getting into this game in order to identify what your end game is going to be. So we're figuring out what you want the end game to be. We determine why you're in it. And so now we can put a journey together for you to be successful. Because again, no one's journey as an entrepreneur is the same, nor should it be the same. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants something differently, right? And, I can't be the next Bill Gates. And I can't be the next Charles Cathey, but I can be the next Roger Sam. But at the end of the day, I have to know, again, to your point, what's my end game? What am I trying to achieve? What does my succession plan look like once this thing is all over? Something you end in mind. So that's a great one, man. So I appreciate you sharing that with the community. Charles, what's next for your business, sir?
My goal that I'm really focusing on is continuing to level up and grow. And I'm really looking forward to helping at least 3 individuals become insurance agency owners before I retire, because if we don't help others get over the wall like people helped us, we won't have small business owners that are willing to locate themselves in our markets, in our community, and continue to educate our clients on a high level. Because insurance is a necessary evil, but when it comes to critical insurance matters, claims, life insurance, death claims, face-to-face contact is still in vogue. Personal service, making house calls is still important, because I like to be efficient through an app or 800 number, but when it's a crisis, I want to see somebody and be able to have a personal connection with somebody I can connect with and stay with through that process.
That's fantastic. And I also heard you say earlier you just got licensed, mortgage license. So that sounds like that's something new as well. So tell me a little bit more about that, man, and what you plan to do with that mortgage license.
Sure. State Farm partnered with Quicken Loans. State Farm had a bank, but we sunset the bank and we partnered with Quicken Loans, the #1 insurance company, now partnered with the #1 mortgage loan company. Was a great partnership. And now I can help my current clients on a higher level, because I can be that one-stop shop: auto, home, life, disability, small business, and I can help you refinance your mortgage. You can purchase a new home. You can refi and pull cash out. Whatever your need is, I can educate you. And if I can help you, great. But we already have clients that we know, that we love, they trust us. We're their trusted financial advisor. So I have one more area where I can help out in a powerful way.
Fantastic. Yeah, because a lot of times, the person's home is their biggest asset. And obviously for entrepreneurs too, because they use their home a lot of time to, use it as their equity to start their business sometimes. So definitely being able to help position them to get into that home and to the right home at the right interest rate, I guess, with the right company is very important. So, hey, that's great to hear that you are not have added that tool, I guess, to your toolbox as an insurance professional. That's fantastic. Well, even is it insurance professionals, financial services professional? Is that more accurate?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, exactly. So, and it's great, man. So I'm glad to hear that. That's fantastic. So glad to see that not only are you expanding business and looking to grow and helping additional people to get into the business, um, but also you're adding ability to help more of your clients um, in their capacity, in their capacity from a mortgage standpoint. So that's fantastic. All right, sir. Man, it's been great talking to you, Charles, and get insight into your entrepreneurial background and your things that you've done to set you up, why you do what you do, as well as also what you can do for other small business owners and entrepreneurs. So before we log off, I want to give you an opportunity to share anything else you may want. I know you gave us the words of wisdom and you told us what's next for the business, but I wanted to give you one more opportunity to share anything with the community before we wrap up.
Again, just thank you. It's been an honor and a pleasure, and I'm here to serve. So you can reach us at 773-978-5904. You can Google us. My website is www.charlescatheyjr.com. We would love to assist in any way. You can check us out online. We've got Google reviews. And again, we are so honored to be in the community and serving our market and helping our clients in their times of need.
Hey, Charles, thank you, sir. And thank you to everyone that's tuned in to this session of our virtual Entrepreneurial Mindset Summit. We definitely appreciate you taking the time to tune in. Should have asked you to drop any comments you have about this session also in the comments below, so that we can get feedback. And then if there's any questions from today's session that we didn't answer for you, we can definitely get back to you. But definitely take Charles up on his offer to connect with you if you have any additional questions or have any type of insurance needs as a business owner, because he can definitely support you. He's been in the game so for a while, 10 plus years doing this. So he's not new to it. And as a business owner, he can definitely empathize with what your needs are, and he can share his own practical experience going through it himself, and also help other entrepreneurs get where it needs to be. So, hey, you have a resource, and our community is thankful to have somebody with Charles' experience as one of our community members, and willing to share his information, his knowledge during our virtual summit. So, thanks again, Charles, and then to everybody else, I encourage you to tune in to our next session as we continue to talk and support and build community for entrepreneurs during the second annual Ready, Set, Launch Mindset Virtual Summit. Thank you, and talk to you soon.